She's been a friend of mine for quite a few years now, and I think things that I admire about her and why I think she'd be a great recipient for the award. She's been really dedicated to the other moms in our Working Moms group.
She is energetic and creative, and she's very much rooted in community and the people around her. That's where she gets her energy from.
I think she is a great recipient because she is not only on fire for Jesus and walks in her faith, but also has brought that into leadership.
She is really devoted to learning and growing and becoming the best that she can be. So I've seen that a lot at work. So she's always looking for ways that she can learn something new and that she can help others to grow in that too.
Hanna, you are so loved, and you are such a blessing to be around, and you bring so much joy to the people that you meet that I just want you to know how much you are cherished. Even on the days it doesn't feel like people are noticing what you do, it is noticed, and it'll be noticed for years to come.
Hanna, I want you to know that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. I have seen you not only come in to groups as a peer and step into areas where there were gaps, but I've also seen you take on leadership. I've seen you overcome barriers. I have seen you work through the tranches of the valleys and come out on top.
Hanna, I want to make sure that you know that you are more than enough and that you are valued and cherished in all that you do. You bring so much love and encouragement to so many people's lives, and in all that you do, I see so much compassion and love, and I see you working so hard for others, but you need to know that you are more than enough too.
She also has the gift of discernment, and I think we've gone through a thing on spiritual gifts this past semester with our group, and so that's been something that was kind of fun to go through, but also something I think that she exhibits for sure, that she has discernment, and I think also the gift of exhortation.
Hanna's always the person that we go to when we have questions. So she's always the most, if you have any question, like how does this work? Does this work? Is this compliant on a playground? We always go to her like, hey Hanna, you know the whole book front and back. Does this work? Is it okay? We'll always go to Hanna with questions. So she is a huge wealth of knowledge. She's always the one that's willing to step out.
She also equips people along the way. I've seen her send Bible verses. I have seen her send songs. I have seen her send encouraging words and following up even weeks later on prayer requests.
She's definitely had some hard times in her life, and we all of course do, but she's had some significant ones, and it's been so neat to see like God work through her, and that those times weren't, it would have been easy to say like, to lose sight of God's plan for you and to feel like God doesn't love you, and to also take a step back and be like, well, my life's hard. I'm not going to lead right now. Like I'm not going to lead in church. I'm not going to, lead in Working Moms. And yet that hasn't been what she's done.
I've had a lot of fun with Hanna in the 13 years I've met her. We've had so many laughs. We actually used to live together and carpool to work together. And on those cold, frigid mornings in one of our hoopty cars, she would just take the biggest whiff of her coffee, and she'd look at me with these crazy eyes and be like, I think the caffeine will work stronger and faster if I smell it first before I can drink it because it's too hot. And I looked at her, I'm like, I don't think that's how caffeine works. And she was just like, mind over matter, that's how it works. And that speaks to just who she is as a person. She's so mind over matter. Like anything can be at her feet. She says, God, it's at my feet. You know where my feet need to step to get around this, to get over it, to make it go away. And it just becomes this little blip or a part of her testimony that just raises her up, who she is as a woman, as a mom, as a friend, as a family member. It just becomes part of the foundation of her story. And she looks back, and it might have been hard, it might have been challenging, but I don't think she would ever say I would have it any different.